move on.
Thank you, Enrique. Thank you, all of you, to be here again. And we are going to finish our module 2 that you know perfectly that is about innovative methodology, especially ETASI methodology through challenge-based learning and uh, other tools that you can find in the course platform. I am going to share my screen in order to see the materials of today. I am going to share and okay, can you see the screen? And as always, I am going to review the unit 2, and this is the last one, classroom, synchronous classroom, the 2.7. We are going to talk today about the two transversal, very important subjects, how to digitalize the materials and how to use them in a international way. And before, as you know, you can follow the 6 other modules where you can find all the materials and the rest of the non-synchronous season. Last week we talked, I don't know if you remember, but last week we talked how to link challenge-based learning methodology calls ETASI here in Basque Country with work-based learning and how to link them in order to obtain very good challenge to solve with our students. As always, I am going to start with with a little video for the unit of today.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Module 2.7, Session 1 of Pulse. In this session, we'll choose your learning track and set clear goals so your journey is focused and realistic. Let's be honest, most courses fail because people don't know why they're doing them or what success looks like. So today, we're going to fix that by answering 2 key questions. Which track fits me best, and what goals will I commit to? In the previous session, you worked on building stronger learning habits and reflecting on your progress. Now we move one step forward. Instead of doing a bit of everything, you'll choose a dedicated direction. A track is like a personalized learning route. Think of it as the path that makes the most sense for you right now. Each track supports a different profile, so the goal is not to pick the best track, it's to pick the best track for you. Here are 3 questions to make this easy. First, what is my immediate need? Do you need confidence, practical tools, or a plan to apply this at work? Second, what is my current level? Beginner, intermediate, or advanced? Third, what time and energy can I realistically commit? Be honest with yourself. Because the perfect plan you can't follow is not a good plan. A simpler plan that you actually do is the real win. Use this format. I will do X by doing Y by this date, and I'll know I succeeded when Z happens. For example, I will complete activities by scheduling 30 minutes every Tuesday, and I'll know I'm on track when tasks are submitted. So let's do a quick micro activity right now. Pause for a moment and decide. Say it aloud. My track is, my top goal is, and my weekly commitment is. Even saying it out loud helps your brain take it seriously. It makes it real. A quick warning, don't set too many goals, and don't choose a track just because others are doing it. Don't aim for perfection, aim for consistency. This module is built for progress in real life. Great, you're ready for the next session. Thanks for joining, and see you in the next lesson.
Okay, this is the video, and now we are going to see the presentation, the PPT for today, better in a big screen. And as I told you before, today we are going to talk about digitalization or internationalization of the materials, and how to make good track selections and obtain any final objectives, like in the video have you before. Uh, Now, in the this part of the module, we are going to scale our little model to a entrepreneurial challenge model with the very good track selection and how to select our goal setting. Uh, in as always in this kind of materials, probably you remember the PPT before this, we have to choose very good tags in order to use in the challenge with very good evidence and a kind of rubrics in order to evaluate. But that is a simple exercise. Probably you will need to scale it in order to obtain bigger one or create a networking activity on imagine you want to grow your model and probably you will need a new structure. Scaling preserves the evidence flow established in the previous module but amplifies the impact. The objective is transform the pilot into a permanent pathway without losing the authenticity defined in the module before. How can be possible these transitions? By the end of this PPT, you will have a track selection, and probably you will choose a balance between digital and international tools. You will need several success indicators in order to measure our progress, our goals. And you will need also a capacity map in order to make more visible the road through the final challenge. And very simple two other activities. Have to think in the risks, and also you have to think in how to rational this model. What is a good track A to digitalization? Why do you have to digitalize the model, the methodology, and also the materials? Because it's more efficient and automatic because you obtain probably in a more easy way the feedbacks and the information because you will have a kind of a dashboard or panels in order to control the activity of the students. And nowadays, of course, you will have the very, very useful help of I reflection. And also, you have to think in a international way for your project, like Pulse One, because with a good digitalization, everyone can access to the materials in a digital platform like we are using Impulse, and these digital tools permit us to make a growth, expansion, and reach of the material. You also can include the intercultural competence, and you will give a very, very good visibility to your projects. Okay, very well. What is the difficult of a scale model? Probably a scale model is not to give more complexity, is about the impact, is about the sustainability, is about the traceability. Is not to make more complex the model, is only to create a visual and sustainability way to make bigger the scale of the materials. And in this slide, you can see the three very important aspects. Uh, uh, as always, I am going to share with you several practical activities, very easy to use with your student. And if you have to think in digitalization or in international subject, you can do a kind of a checklist about some dimensions and the level of the impact you will have at the finish of the project. For example, here do you have here you have several dimensions very important for the project, and you can think or you can choose if you prefer a low, medium, or high level for each one. For example, imagine that for your staff, you are a very, very good expert in AI. You can choose high level of that dimension. Of imagine if you have a lot of flexibility time. Also, you can choose medium or high level of these dimensions before you define this kind of process. For you identify some very good or very important thing, you have to review your scan. For example, with this kind of activities, which of these are your top two bottlenecks? You have to think in several. In the example, you will need to think in two of these important things in order to make a good exercise. You can choose between time, partners, budget, these kind of things. Other very good tool is use uh, create a decision matrix. For example, through digitalization and internationalization score. If you make all the criteria in a two different sides of the score, the importance of the score for digitalization or internationalization, you can see very easily the final importance of each one. For example, you here have several criteria, and you can make a kind of ranking between the importance of digitalization in that criteria or the internationalization score. After that, you will have a final ranking. And how is possible analyze this score? For example, you will have two subject score, and you can make this kind of questions. Did the score reflect strategic priority or just convenience, or this emotion bias the score, for example, is a excitement international way, or is the highest scoring track actually pilot feasible in 3 months? And with this kind of activities, you will show the rest of the students at the rest of the classroom the final output decision. In these three activities, for example, you can define indicators of success for our process of internationalization or digitalization. For example, you have to follow this formula. Measurement, you have to be objective, you have to measure a deadline and a responsible person. With these three aspects, probably you will obtain a better final result that without plan. For example, in the digital subject, for example, you can choose the 80% of the evidence autologic in the platform for the week number 4, or you can also make a 30% of reduction in the correction time via intelligent artificial intelligent tools. With this kind of things, you can take very good measurement uh, things in order to make a plan for digital samples. And for the international samples, more or less the same with other perspective, of course. For example, a joint artifact produced with a partner by the end of the term, when you can make a collaboration with an international partner, or for another thing is if you obtain 3 documented intercultural interaction per students. Imagine if the students use the material in a platform with other schools or with other international partners, these kind of things. And also, you have to make a deadline for this activity, and you have to choose the suitable person in order to be the responsible for it. Another kind of activity in order to measure in this case, the risks of the scale and international or digital action is this kind of graphics or instruments. For example, you can, in the first area, you have to define the most important risks areas for your project. Also, you can choose the level of the risks, the importance, the impact of the risk for this area, and how to mitigate these risks with a kind of solution or activity. And of course, you have to follow the quality of the process. For that, you can use this kind of a checklist about quality check, what good looks like, or what others is not so good. For example, you can think in the institutional coherence, the realistic feasibility, I think about the ethics consideration about the risks, and if the strategic is clear for everyone. do your output read like a strategic memo? That is the more or less the final reflections you have to do. And don't forget that our model is a international entrepreneurial educative model. Because of that, along the project, all of us, we are using Entrecomp model in order to take reference for our methodologies. Is the project Entrecomp alignment? Because that is a very good opportunity. As you probably remember, Entrecomp is a European entrepreneurial competence model that is very well known, and in all the activities we try to make a link with Entrecomp competence in our project also. Because of that, in order to activate entrepreneurial skills inside the plan, we have to think in the relation between Entrecomp model and our activities. And for that, you have to use right vision. Also, you have to mobilize, you have to obtain good resource in order to assess the capacity of the staff and of the success of the project. And after that, you can cope with uncertainty with a very good manage of the risks. And also, finally, you have to take the initiative in order to make a good choice to scale the activity. To scale is not to make more complex. Remember, scale is how to make bigger the same pilot design. Okay. And also you can use other kind of material like this summary of output. If you have several outputs in order to be solved in a process of scale or digitalization or in an international way also, you can write your outputs in a kind of a checklist like you are watching in the present slide, and the staff can follow very easily the way in order to control the outputs along the process. What are going to be the next steps in a digitalization or internationalization project? You have to choose. It depends. In the next seasons, you will be or you will have two different sessions. I am going to share very soon. Two session 2A in order to work digitalization, or a session 2B in order to work internationalization. Okay, and sometimes you have to make a very good balance between one and the other one. Your decision today is the foundation of your pilot. And because of that, you have to do it with confidence. This is the more or less the PPT presentation. And talking about the rest of the materials, now I am going to share with you the activities, very good activities in order to be used directly by your teachers or by your schools or your students, talking about this subject. This is a very easy activity one template. As always, you can use is the same of the document in the slides, but here is a PDF, very easy to print or to use with your student directly online. Also, the other activity we are talking about the presentation, the track decision, in order to use very easily with your students in the session one, and also a success indicator activity in order to define inside the model to digitalization or to internationalization, you have to define between 3 and 5 success indicators, very easy to reflect about them and use it with this activity. And in order to take in mind the earlier breaks, you can use also this activity with your students or your staff. And as always, in the activity, in the session one, you will obtain finally a very simple but very easy kit in relationship with the session one, and this is the kit. You have to do it very easily. This is the punctuation, a point, and after you answer, you obtain the correction. Okay, it's very easy to use with 10 kit questions. And in order to share with you in the session two, probably you remember the presentation, the slides. We are going to talk in two different subjects. If you, in a non-synchronous way, if you choose the 2A, you will talk about digitalization with all the typical materials in order to follow with the course. You will find a video also with PPT material, and finally you will have the kit. And also, of course, the different activities in order to be used by you or your student. But if you remember, you take the 2B, you with the 2B, sorry, you will talk about the other subject of this last 2.7 module, the internationalization material. And of course, you will have a video about internationalization. Also, you will have the slides, the kit, and as always, the individual activities. I think they are very good quality activities in order to be used directly with the student. And finally, after the two session A and B, you will close mm, this season three with typical materials, also with the activities in order to be used And you remember, with this 2.7 season, you will have all the two module of the course, and in the platform I suggest you to follow the course and to use all these kind of activities. Probably in Bilbao, in the meeting in April, you will have the opportunity to make it some of them in a kind of workshops. And this is for us a pleasure to mm, to share with you all these two unit module talking about challenge-based learning model, about the tools, about the links with other models like word-based learning, and the materials in order to be used directly by students and teachers in a very easy way. Of course, the kit you can use in order to know a self-evaluation about the materials. And that is more or less our presentation. And I am going to come with you. I am going to leave my screen share. And for all of you, thank you from my part to be here a new week. And I hope this is a very intensive material, very good materials, I think, in educative model. And I am very grateful to be with you all the module. I hope you think is useful for your school and your students. And if you have any question, or if you want clarification about anything, please tell me, because I will be happy to answer your questions. Do you have a question about the unit, about the materials, about the structure of the module? Not only the 7.1, also the before seasons. If you don't have questions for me, Enrique and Silvia, especially, thank you very much for your support, for your help, and for all of you, it has been a very very good experience to be here with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much,
Rafa.
Rafa. It was very, very nice from our side. Enrique had to go, but I'm talking also on behalf of him. Thank you very much for the effort. The course was very well done. It was really a pleasure. Now, can't wait to be in Bilbao. So we meet you all in person, and we will have also it will be an opportunity also to exchange ideas. And if you have also other question, I prefer everything in person, it's different. So I'm very happy for this opportunity, for this mobility in Bilbao. And I don't know if someone has questions. I don't see any hands raised. So probably it was everything very, very clear.
Excuse me, just I have something
Yes,
not.
yes, please, Abdulhamid.
Yeah, about the time, I'm trying from 4 o'clock now to connect with you, but I can't. And the other thing that I think there is a change time because 16 CET Libya is 17 before, and this session and the last one have been changed to start at 4 o'clock instead of 5.
No, but they were always at 4. We just changed once because of Ramadan, but they used to be also before at 4.
At 4.
Yes.
For CET, Libya is 5.
Yes, but we always put the timing in CET.
No, but now we have just 4:45. So it's starting in Libya is 4. Before it has been started at 5.
Because the timing changed in Europe. So
That the misunderstand what we have been
yes,
done.
because we
For
had
me and my colleague, all of them, they think that it start at 5 o'clock. Even I send them a message that it's starting at 5 o'clock.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was.
So there is misunderstanding in this, and will be changed the time here in Libya about that, and will be notes about that.
It's just because that was the time change in Europe a couple of weeks ago. So
Yeah,
this is why
we didn't notice this, we forget.
Yeah.
And the second thing, we try even today, because last time have been missed, we try from 4 o'clock to connect 4:15 to connect exactly 4 to connect with you, but I don't know, there is something a problem with the connection. We just start at 4:50, 4:30.
So you had some problem with connection?
Yes, sorry about that.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. When it comes to the timing, we should have probably told you. We're sorry, there was this week.
Never mind. Thank you.
When it comes to the connection, unfortunately, there's not a lot that we can do. But thank you in any case.
Thank you very much. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so as Rafa was saying before, this is the last online session of Calasanz. And so we'll see you in person in April in Bilbao. Can't wait to see everything. Rafa, are you preparing everything for us?
Yes. Don't worry. All the agenda is closed, and we are only thinking to be with you. You will be very welcoming, and I hope for you will be a very good experience to be with here in our school, in our city.
Of course.
Rafa, can I have another question? Rafa, can you send to us the address of your university where we'll be in Bilbao for the visit?
Yes, don't worry. I am going to share with Silvia and Enrique welcome pack where you will have all the directions and useful links in order to be here with us all the week.
Yeah, just if there is information, send as soon as possible to arrange for that.
Don't worry. This week you will get it.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
No, thank you to you, por favor, my friend.
So the following synchronous session will be in May. I don't remember exactly which days of the week. We will send an email, and they will be the one of Odissea. And within April, so right before the mobility in Bilbao, Vasiliki will upload all the module of Odissea, and we will schedule also. I mean, they're already scheduled. We will give you the details of the synchronous session of Odissea starting from May. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a nice evening.
Thank you, all of you. All the best.
Thank you, Silvia.
No, thank you, all of you,
Bye
my
bye.
friends.
Thank you.
Thank you, and also Silvia. See you.
Bye. Bye.
See you. Bye. Gracias, Silvia. Agur.
Gracias, chao.